So today's message is on co-creation. You just experienced part of it. Starts with understanding that we're all connected. We know that, right?
Yes.
In quantum physics, they tried to make all these different things work. String theory, who remembers those? String theories, all these little strings running around. But the math didn't add up. The only way that string theory could do, that quantum physics could get the math to line up was through M theory, which stands for mystery. How about that? Which says there's this little invisible thread, just atoms thick, that connect each and everything on the entire planet. How about that? Took scientists and how many billions of dollars in research hours to prove what the mystics and the spiritual folks have been saying throughout recorded history. But now we've got some proof. We're all connected. The other thing we know is that giving and receiving is the same door. We all breathe in and out of the same set of lungs. You don't breathe in your lungs, out your belly button. Doesn't work. Same set of lungs. To help remind us that we have to give and receive. Now picture this, because I see stuff a little different than most folks, so welcome into my world for just a minute, right? But imagine we're all spiritual beings, like we're not in bodies right now. Let's imagine before we incarnated that we're up in heaven or tripping around the galaxy or whatever visualization works good for you. And because it's my fantasy, we'll go my way, we're hanging out, we're having a cup of coffee and a smoke, right? Thinking about what it is to be human.
No smoke.
In your version of heaven, we don't have to. But anyway, there's a beautiful thing. We can all be right. Anyway, let's say that we're all tripping around. We're going, yeah, we're going to come incarnate. We're going to jump into some bodies. We're going to walk around in a hamburger suit on a spinning ball of mud for a couple decades and see what we can learn. Right? Ooh, we're going to take it really serious once we get into them, though. So right now we have access to God. We have access to infinite knowledge. So let's design this life experience so that we can't possibly forget the basics. Okay, so because there's no need for us to breathe. Really isn't. But let's wire it so we do anyway. Now let's wire it so that the same set of lungs that take everything in also are the same set that let everything back out. Now let's make the people dependent on the plants. And let's make the plants dependent on the people. This whole oxygen and carbon dioxide thing. So they know that they're not alone. The air that's in your lungs right now came out of a plant not long ago and worked its way on over. Wow. We're all connected. We're all exchanging energy all the time. So we're all connected. We're all exchanging energy and we're doing it the same way. So this leads to co-creation. The science of thoughts create things. You choose what you think about you bring about. Now we all know that stuff, but maybe it's worked in the past, maybe it hasn't. Or maybe it has, but not quite. Guess what? You're a new you. Make new rules. I always say, if I reach a problem in my life that's too big for me, I need to find a bigger God. And since there's only one God, then I need to expand my perception of it to move that box out just a little bit. Or I need to get rid of my own martyr syndrome that the world is really not on my shoulders. My name is not Atlas, nor is it designed to be. And say, gosh, guys, could you help me? Would you be willing to help me if I needed it? I know it. I know it. And you do. You show up every Sunday, man. You show up to help. Help with the chairs. Take them, put them away. We're talking. We're getting to know each other. And that is the coolest thing on the planet that you help me out, man. And I hope that I get to help you out too. And tomorrow night when we go to dinner, I'm really looking forward to getting to know both of you. Bits of your story that you've shared with me so far are cool, man. I want to know more about it. I want to know more about you. When I realized that I needed help, I put it out there and said, who's willing to help? Man right here, step forward. So does woman. So we can do it. This man, this woman right here, they stepped forward too, said, I can do it. I can do it. This one too. And that one. And that one. Especially that one. And that one. And you know Louie's in the mix. And there somewhere. Huh? There's not a person in this room that I couldn't point to who said, I showed up and said, how can I help? Now here's a little key to making what you want to manifest quickly. Rocket boots. Wile E. Coyote. Really fast rocket boots. Whatever it is that you want, give it. Think about it for just a second. Now, imagine, right? You're a little kid in the back seat with Dad driving. And you hear, "God damn it, you kids, we're going to have fun right now." How many people went, "Woohoo, let's party"? No, because he didn't get what he wanted to receive. Now, if instead what you heard from Dad was, "Guys, this is so exciting, we're going here, and we're just about there, and we're going to do this. Are we having fun?" "Yeah, we're having some fun, let's have some fun." You give what you want to receive. You can give frowns all day long, and you may get the odd rebel who gives you a smile. But for the most part, you're going to get the same scowl back that you're putting out. But if you give a smile, chances are you're going to get a bunch more smiles than you gave. Because I can get one smile and y'all can see it. And I get how many smiles back for my one? That's a pretty good return on investment. Huh? Right? Think of the universe being like a big canyon that echoes back to you. Hello! 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 It doesn't just echo back once. Hello! Hello! I've never heard a canyon do that. I say, hello! It says, hello! Hello! Now, if I want something in my life, let's say I'm feeling overwhelmed. I've just got too much stuff to do and not enough time to do it. Or not enough know how to do it. I don't know how to do this part, or I don't know how to do that part. What do I echo into that canyon of the universe? I really need help. But when someone says, "Scott, can you help?" I say, "No, I can't, man. I'm too busy. I don't have enough time for me. How can I help you?" And that's what I'm putting into that echo. I don't have time, I'm sorry. 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 How come nobody ever has time to help me out? When instead, I know that I want help and I'm willing to give help to get help, and I say, I'm willing to help. I will find an hour. What can I do? I can make 3 hours happen. What do you need help with? And what I'm putting into that echo, what I'm putting into that canyon is, I will make time to help because I want to. And I say, hey gosh, guys, we need some help growing this thing. Or we need some help managing the growth that's already coming. Does anybody want to help? It echoes right back. Yeah, we can help, we can help. We'll make time, we'll find help. The same thing that I put in. If I say on my little board, I want more money. Okay, cool. But when something comes an opportunity to give, something that's feeding me, someone I know says, I need some dough. I say, hey, I can't help you, man, I don't have enough for me. I sneak into the movie theater because I don't want to pay for a ticket. I come to something that's feeding me spiritually, a book club or a spiritual event or a church or something. And I pass around the offering plate and I go, hey, here's my quarter because I ain't got enough, I'm cool. And then I ask the universe, but I want money, I'm manifesting money, I put on my board, I want some money, where's the money? I don't have any, I don't have any, I don't have any, I don't have any. And then the people in my life start reflecting that back, right? I say, but boss, I need overtime. Sorry, I don't have any money, don't have any money, don't have any money. Gosh, I'm having a hard time paying my bills, can you loan me some? Sorry, don't have any, barely have enough for me. The same thing that I put in is echoing back to me. So if you want to change what's being echoed back in your life, change what you're yelling into that chasm. If you want love, give it. Give it. If you want friendship, give it. Look around the room and see somebody who you think could use a friend. Not out of a looking down, not out of a pity, not out of anything else, just a dude. When I scan the room, I'm looking right at you. And I don't know why, but I just keep looking right at you. Like, maybe we're friends and we just don't know it yet. Let's go find out. Or maybe it's you. Or maybe it's you. I'm greedy, it's all of you. But rather than, for what nobody doesn't want to be my friend, wish I had more friends. That's like little orphan Oliver looking at the universe with the law of attraction saying, please sir, might I have some friends? And what's echoing back is, be one, you'll have one. Be one, you'll have many. The same way that it takes just hello to echo in, and it automatically echoes back 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. One smile equals 20, 30 smiles back to me. It's an amazing return on the investment when we utilize the universe, when we utilize our God-given gift of free will, which leads to creation. And there is not a person on this planet who has ever created anything themselves as a singular person. We always rely on each other. Well, I want to express my passion, and my passion is this. Try doing it alone. Try doing it alone. Let's say my passion is to paint. Somebody's got to make the paint. Somebody's got to make the canvases. Chances are, I'm going to need somebody to buy these paintings so I can afford to make more paintings. So I'm going to need to co-create with some other folks over this way. Maybe it's somebody with a gallery. Maybe it's somebody with a website. Maybe with website experience to help me build my own. Whatever it is, I'm going to co-create with a whole lot of folks. And those are just the ones I can see with my physical eyes. Not to mention a whole spiritual support staff of guides, angels, folks who have crossed, animals, pets, totems, everything else. And don't forget God saying, I want you to have it. You have my blessing. We are all a product of co-creation. Not one person here doesn't have two parents. Co-creation. We want to remember that from the beginning, kind of like that group of spirits up in my world having a smoky treat and a cup of coffee, right? Talking about this life experience, talking about the things that we didn't want to forget. We didn't want to forget co-creation, so we said we're going to make sure, we're going to make it mandatory, co-creation on the planet. Everything that gets there is going to take two. Ha! Let them forget that. And then we pour our spirits into these little packets of USDA and start taking it so seriously that we forget. I'm not sure about that co-creation stuff. Would you be here without it? No, none of us. Everything that's on the planet's got something in common. We were all co-created. And everything that ever will be on the planet also will be co-created. What is your co-creation? What do you want to create? What thoughts do you hang in your head? What words would be on your board? And do you want it bad enough to have it? And what's an appropriate time frame for what you want? Do I want it but 3 years from now? Cool. I can take my time. Or do I want it and want it like tomorrow? The only difference in those two scenarios isn't me getting it, isn't me wanting it. The quickness in its manifestation is how much fuel I put into giving whatever it is I want to receive. If I want love, if I give a ton of love, I'm there quick. If I want love, but I'm refusing to give love, and I've got this hard shell that you can't get to know me, it's going to take me a while to stumble over to that doorway of love. Same thing with money, same thing with experience, with friendship, with adventure, with travel, with health, with any one of the words on the board, with anything in your life that you want, the same rules apply. And you've got to master it. Now your mind is saying, just simply, is it that easy? And then your mind, your ego, your meat puppet, is trying to keep itself in control, saying, no, 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 you believed it before, you tried it before, and it didn't work out the way you wanted to. For that you, it didn't. Because that you was simply a learning step to get you into this you. And this you may be a learning step to get you into the next you, where you finally give yourself permission to have it, or this you may be the one who reaches for the door and opens it up. Only you can decide. Only you can choose. You've got that much power. And you've got a room full of people with invisible pom-poms cheering you on, saying, how can we help you get it? What's on your board? What do you want? How can we help? That's family. That's family. That's cool stuff.